More than 13 million alpha UEC in one transaction, I think that's something okay, right? We can live with that, it's not too bad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my biggest sell ever and to the most valuable C2 I have ever seen in the game. In only 2 evenings of playing, we earned more than 14 million in Vaughn missions, and the contents of all of that you'll see here in just one tightly packed C2. Okay, now how to do this, and there's already a video that I've made, a full tutorial on doing the easy money Vaughn missions. Here in the top right corner, go and check it out to know how to do this kind of money in the game. Now, just so much ahead, previously the 890s in the Vaughn missions had the best cargo or loot. You would often have 20 Weevil eggs in there and sometimes even more. Now, the last 50 890s I killed had 0 in them, nothing, not a single box. So apparently the loot table for both ERTs and Vaughn missions has changed. But what still goes is the C2s, M2s and A2s, they still have a lot of cargo. In that case, we have the, I believe, C2 Starfarer in front of us. And the loot of this one may surprise you a little bit. And yeah, make you maybe a little jealous, because this is something you don't find all the time. But it does happen, and it happens in Vaughn missions more often than anywhere else. As you can see, 30 Weevil eggs and Altro in there. That's around 3.5 mil. The point of this video here is to go and get all that sold. We have so much in there, you've just seen it, and we need to transfer this safely to a place where we can sell now with the new cargo system, you know. So I was using here the Atlas or all thing, this transporter mech, to quickly and easily store the crates, or at least that was the idea. But then I found out relatively quickly there's a bit of a problem with that, and I'll go into detail on that shortly, okay? So first we're gonna jump over to Hurston, because the thing is, the Briar's Baker Yard point that I would typically use on Daymar, the elevator is broken, as always, right? And I feel like during the patch phase and after patches, it just takes a certain amount of time until all the elevators break. So thankfully, the one on Hurston was still functional, and that would be you type in reclamation, and then you get the ores and whatever thingy down there. This is the one we're going towards, the disposal and reclamation point. Yeah, obviously I had some friends giving me air support, because I definitely had to be safe with more than 14 million in one ship, right? Because that is one hell of an attractive target for pirates. Now we're landing here with the back towards the elevator point, and then we're using the mech to unload quickly. Now, about the problem that I was describing to you earlier is that yes, you can unload really fast with this thing, but what's really difficult with it is to unload and place or like grid the boxes exactly where you want, because especially when you're further away like I am right now, it is near impossible to take a box and stack it exactly at the top right corner of this point. You see there are grids now shown in blue, but like they're so fiddly and tiny at the distance, and now I just press the button and I just send it somewhere else, because I can no longer correct the input after I press the button, so it will just send it to some place. And so I thought this was going to be so much easier and more useful from further away, but I guess what I should be doing instead, whoa, my C2 is moving. That's creepy. But yeah, so what you should be doing is you should probably stand next to the elevator instead and then draw it from there and place it with more accuracy from next to it. But you'll see that if you will do that, you run into another problem where you can no longer see all the boxes that are in the C2. So what I ended up doing as a solution is just, instead of placing them directly on the pad, I stand here at this elevator location on my C2 and I just throw them next to the pad. I just down, bam, 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 and very quickly just transport them next to the pad on the ground, from where then I use the manual transporting, the max lift tractor beam in my hand to do the final fitting on the pad. it is much more accurate and easy to do this way. And then at the end of this, of course, we're going into the store and making our sales. Yeah, how much do I have right now? I had 14 million or so was that when I was beginning with the whole selling. And we had 41 slam in here, which is about 700k. It's pretty good. Slam is pretty okay when you have a lot of that. Ultrotoxins or ultratrationtoxin, oh god, how do you pronounce that? About 400k. It's still okay. It's still something you can take with you. Neon with is pretty valuable in Etam as well, but not as good as Weevil eggs, of course. And you know, since our very recent update, Maze is now worth 220,000 per SCU. Crazy. But you don't find this in the Vaughn missions, or at least I haven't found it. But here's the 121 Weevil eggs that we have obtained over these just literally 2 evenings of playing. Like maybe 6 hours of playtime, and we were 2 or 3 people. And yo, that is just a freaking ridiculous amount of money coming just in one cell. So yeah, check out the Vaughn mission tutorial again in the top right corner. Also linked in the video description, pinned comment for you. And make some money in Star Citizen, friends. See you around. Manni signing off. Bye bye.